This Farm to Fork segment is sponsored by Netafim.
We're back at Crystal Cove Farms with Mr. Gary Caviglia. Gary, describe to me this block that we're standing in now. What are we looking at?
These are tangos. It's a mandarin variety, and these will be sold as cuties, which is a brand.
Now, these are ready right now, or do they have to come off as soon as they're ready? How does that happen in citrus harvesting?
Well, these are on the verge of being harvested. It wouldn't surprise me if we did these next week, but we could take these all the way into March. So we kind of store them on the tree as we go through each block and get it harvested. You can't harvest them all at once, otherwise you just flood the market. So we try and prorate it out over a 6-week time.
Now, citrus aren't mechanically harvested. Every one of these have to be pulled off by hand.
Yes, and these are especially hard because they're so dense. You can see that it's hard to get in there to clip that because you might damage the one next to it. So the pickers have to be really well trained, and they have to be very precise and to do the job. It's tough work.
Now, anyone that's ever been in a citrus field while it's being harvested, these guys are moving. There are special tools that they've got for clipping, but it is an art to get these pieces of fruit to the bucket.
Absolutely. They're athletes, and they're carrying a lot of fruit in front of them in their sack. They're going up and down the ladders, and it's very hard work.
Now, being the farmer yourself, so you're having to manage all this. How much goes into you actually on top of all the bins now, being the secondary set of eyes that's making sure you're the first quality check before it even gets to the packer?
That's tough. They're paid by the piece, so they want to go as fast as they can, and we want them to do the best quality job, so there's kind of a conflict there.
Sure.
You got to be out there every day, and you got to be watching them, but overall they do a damn good job.
Now, it's even specific to the type of clip they're making on this. They can't just pull this fruit off. It has to be clipped, but then it has to be clipped at the right level.
Yes, it has to be clipped flush to the fruit, so they get right in there so that there's not a long stem, because that long stem could puncture the fruit it's next to in the box.
Okay, well, we're going to bring you a little more insight as to what goes to putting this fruit on the table for Farm to Fork. I'm Rich Krebs.